So a little bit myself. I My father was a contractor and a general contractor for all the years growing up, and I worked with him as a young man. He was very instrumental. He had a very hard work ethic. He taught me to work hard, and was grateful for that. I always had a tendency towards artistic expression, drawing, deep thinker, and it influenced me to go to architecture. Now, that was a decision all on my own. I knew what I wanted to do when I was in high school. That was an important thing for me. And then I did not go outside of my state here in Utah. I went and studied at the University of Utah, and I ended up with my master's of architecture at the University of Utah. And then soon after, I came to work at FFKR. I've been here, my goodness, since 1996, so almost
Yeah,
30 years.
It's 30
Yeah,
years.
30
Great,
years. Yeah. And I had a great relationship with a mentor. His name is Roger Jackson. He was very instrumental in my career and the projects we worked on. We have a client here in Salt Lake City. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They do many beautiful projects around the world right now, and I know Giardi is involved with some of those projects, which we love that relationship. I got a great interest in traditional and classical architecture, and that was what this client was wanting to propose. It was a timeless architecture that kind of approached the classical, and it spoke to me. I've developed that kind of speciality, designing these types of buildings. And I received training from a group here in the United States called the Institute of Classical Architecture and Art. They are headquartered in New York City. I was at one time the president of the Utah chapter. We have a very busy board that promotes this kind of thinking in a world which, for the most part, we live in a modern world, a very contemporary world where contemporary architecture is very kind of progressive and moving forward, but I chose a different approach. And the career I have with this client has allowed me to be able to do some of this. So that's a little my background. So I have a specialty in that kind of traditional architecture as well as historic preservation. And I'm working on several projects right now. I have a bank in a local community that's a restoration of a bank that existed in the 1890s. I'm doing a project in New York State where I'm reconstructing a farm for a family there, as well as doing some of these projects that Stefano is working on, similar temples around the world. So the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is engaged in over, and I'm going to guess, but I think around 50 projects from Africa to Asia to Europe and to South America. They're all over the world. And I have had the pleasure and opportunity of working here in the United States, but I also have had opportunities working in Africa as well. At FFKR, we have a full service firm. So we do hospitality, healthcare, K through 12, which is kindergarten through 12th grade, which is kind of that high school. We do higher education, so colleges, universities. We also do commercial, So, I mean, there's quite a few things. And then we have a studio, which you've mentioned, Luca, is the religious studio, and for the most part, it provides a service to this client, an individual client. Although we have done other religious projects, I have my partner Roger Jackson is working right now with the Episcopal Church Diocese here in Salt Lake, where they're doing a choir remodel. So we do sometimes, but it's not as much. So I'd say 95% of our projects are for one client. And in that client, there is a broad range of how we do our work. Most of it is a kind of traditional architecture, not always. Sometimes they're not. I'm doing right now. I'm also involved with a project where we're remodeling um, meeting houses, which it's kind of a term we use in English. It's most likely a church or a chapel, but it's where the Latter-day Saints meet every week on Sunday. And presently there are over 7,000 buildings in the United States and Canada, and we're they're wanting to remodel all of them. So almost 7,000 buildings. Um, and so these buildings are old. Some of them are in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and they're very modern, some of them. So they're not necessarily traditional. But a part of that is one of the core values is to design to the time we're looking at. So if it's a remodel of that time, I'm wanting to put on the hat of that architect and design something that is compatible. I'm not interested in doing something that is edgy or does something different. I'm not interested in that. And this client expects that too. They want us to do something that is beautiful, but also appropriate for that building. So that's the remodel side. The other core value is designing like the Greeks and the Romans and that type as well. So love Italy for the culture and the heritage that your country has provided the world. Thank you for that.